Now to the battle over masks. Some Americans protesting against wearing a mask in public, despite the universal health guidance that wearing a mask combined with social distancing does help slow the spread of the virus. And President Trump stands right in the middle of it, never seen in public wearing a mask, and many of his supporters now following his lead, including at those rallies over the past week in Tulsa and Arizona. So how did wearing a face covering or not during a pandemic become a political lightning rod? ABC's Terry Moran has this story.
It's become the latest front line in America's relentless culture war.
Are you going to allow the government to tell you you have to wear a mask?
Somehow, incredibly, in the midst of the worst pandemic in a century, Americans are fighting over whether to wear a mask or not. Like former Major League Baseball player Aubrey Huff, whose tweet this week went viral.
Hell, I would rather die from coronavirus than to live the rest of my life in fear and wearing a damn mask.
And President Trump at a Fox News town hall in Wisconsin last night.
If we didn't do testing, we'd have no cases.
The nation's leader, who's never been seen in a mask, but everyone there wearing some kind of face covering because Fox required. In stark contrast, Joe Biden wears a mask regularly. And today he told an interviewer that if he were president, he would seek to mandate it.
I would do everything on my possible to make it required that people had to wear masks in public.
With the virus surging in so many states and confronted with the politicization of masks, public officials are struggling to keep their citizens safe. In Nevada, where Las Vegas reopened to scenes like this, governor has now made masks mandatory. The governor of Texas this week asked his state's residents to wear masks, but is not requiring it.
I know that some people feel that wearing a mask is inconvenient or that it is like an infringement of freedom. But I also know that wearing a mask will help us to keep Texas open.
And Florida's governor today said that ordering people to wear masks would backfire.
We're going to trust people to make good decisions.
Businesses are caught in the cross currents, too.
Because that's a great spend of tax dollars.
Airlines like American and Delta now require masks, and that's led to confrontations.
I'm sorry that you don't like it, but I don't like wearing a mask.
Well, I'm going to ask you to come off the aircraft.
Masks work, as you can see in this video demonstrating the spray of saliva that happens when we talk.
Stay healthy.
With a mask, a stark difference.
Stay healthy.
Wearing a mask is essentially helping others from getting infected.
And the medical experts are clear.
Certainly, I wear a mask in public all the time, not only because I want to protect others and to protect myself, but also to set an example.
History shows that leaders and celebrities can play a key role in public health efforts. It's why Elvis Presley got the polio vaccine in the 1950s as cameras rolled, and why President Obama got the H1N1 flu shot on camera in 2009. It's clear President Trump thinks it would send the wrong message if he wore a mask, as he indicated on his way to Michigan in May.
Well, I don't know. We're going to look at it. A lot of people have asked me that question. I want to get our country back to normal. I want to normalize.
For Trump, that means putting the pandemic and what it might mean for his re-election chances in the past tense.
We're doing so well after the plague. It's going away.
But for all the conflict about masks, most people are wearing them. An ABC News poll finding that a stunning 89% of Americans who said they left their home last week wore a mask. So in the end, most Americans decided there was never going to be a war between people who wear masks and people who won't.
You literally cannot mandate somebody to wear a mask.
It's people who won't wear masks against the virus.
Terry Moran joins us now. And Terry, early on in the pandemic, there was confusion on whether we should be wearing masks in public. But now, definitively, the government's guidance has changed, right?
It has, Lindsay. Look, this has been a moving target, this pandemic, for a lot of people. At the beginning of the pandemic, as you note, the concern among Dr. Fauci and other experts was that we would run out of masks for frontline healthcare workers whose lives were at stake every day. And then, as masks were more manufactured, and more important, as the rate of asymptomatic and pre-symptomatic, that's people who have not developed symptoms yet but who are infected, expected. As that proved to be a major driver, the government's guidance changed. And it is now the guidance that wear a mask when you go out in public. You're not just protecting your others, or you're not just protecting yourself, you're protecting others.
And does this strike you as something uniquely American, as far as those who've resisted this guidance on masks, something in our national DNA about not being told what to do? I mean, Mike Pence was asked today point blank if everyone should wear a mask, and he would not say it.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. National DNA is a very good way of putting it. Look, we're an ornery libertarian people. Remember, our first flag said, "Don't tread on me. Don't tell me what to do." It had partly to do with the king and the scope of American territory, that we could go do our own thing. But it has lived to this day. And public health experts say that it is more important, however you do it, to get the message out clearly, which President Trump has not really done, but also to get the public to buy in voluntarily. That is one of the reasons why leaders and celebrities are so important. Because in America, you know, when people are told to do something, their first question is why? That's not the case in other countries, and that does present a real public health challenge here that somehow the leadership has to get on top of.
All right, Terry Moran, thanks so much for your insight as always.
Thanks.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.